Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we're still in Pharos. Haha, yes, I just wanted to say that. But it is true. We're in the Pharos Subterra. And it's dark in here. I turned off the lights. Oh, the pedestal isn't even there. Where's the pedestal? Okay, no, seriously, where is the pedestal? Okay, there it is. So we need to set some black orbs, and here's where I put 10 in. Now don't do that, although there was no harm in it here, but say this pedestal only needed 7 and I decide to put in 10, then what would happen is, well, I just lost an extra 3 orbs for nothing. Now, me playing this, while I was playing this, I was kind of afraid that if I went over the limit, that I would have to, like, just keep stuffing orbs into it until it, like, cycles back around to whatever set amount I need. Like, say it did need 7, but I put in 10, it doesn't fully light up like it's supposed to, and then I have to, like, put in another 20 more, and then get, like, to, like, 27 before it decides, okay, it's gonna light up. That doesn't actually happen. It's not programmed that way. So, fortunately, my fears on that were unfounded. I did some research on it after the place, but, oh, we have these guys again. Boonies. Boons? Whatever. They're still weak to death. They're weak to... Oh, what in the world? Necrofiends. Okay, give me those black orbs. And... oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh. Fran still has the white mask on, so she absorbed that holy. Which is probably a good thing, because otherwise Bosch would have just slaughtered her in that confusion. Huh. These guys can inflict disease? That's annoying. I don't think we have a accessory that makes us immune to disease either. Well, the issue I have with that... oh, haha. See, I told you guys. I told you there could be fool's facades around here. And surprise charging boonies. Boonie is funner to say. Funner. I'm just making up words all over the place today. Yeah, see, there's disable. So yeah, I guess one thing I don't really like is that we have a bunch of accessories that can prevent one status, but you have an area where you have, you know, multiple different enemies using multiple different status effects. And so I always feel like in those areas it's kind of not worth it to constantly be flipping around the accessories. That's kind of why I wish we could have 2. Then I would be more okay with the design of having multiple different status elements within the same dungeon or area. But otherwise, no, I'm not a huge fan of that design. Oh, more boonies and more death casting. Have I mentioned I like the death spell? At least I do in this game. Yeah, that's so nice. No, don't forget the black orbs. We need as many black orbs as possible. Thank you for the combo there, Bosch. Alright, looking around. Still finding treasures with just 1 gil. Haven't found anything super exciting yet. I don't know, I always felt, and I'll tell you this again, because I researched it after doing the gameplay recording for this. Oh, suddenly boss. Okay, hold that thought on the treasures. Remind me when we get done with this guy. And we have different boss music again. I don't like this one. Okay, so this is obviously some sort of flying winged beast thing. Fortunately, Bosch knows telekinesis. Okay, now we can get Fran out of here and get Ash in. Are we getting Ash in? Well, Bosch knows telekinesis, but I'm going to give him a gambit for it here. So if the foe is flying, we're going to use telekinesis. Basically an ability that lets you deal... use your melee weapon on a flying enemy. And I guess we're sticking with Fran here. I guess maybe part of me thought this thing, being a Phoenix, might be weak to the dark element, and so I'd want Fran around for Darka. I don't think that's the case. Thing is, it's not like we can really get a chance to tell. Oh. I forgot to dispel him. That's why I'm having so many issues. Okay, it's kind of late for Fran to try and cast a spell. Switching characters out is a bit of a hassle, because they have to be not getting targeted, and Fran's constantly casting Cura. So I just went with a Dispel Mote. We still have a good number of those. Well, that didn't take much. I like that sound effect with that animation there. I mean, it almost sounded like some hunter just shot the bird out of the sky with the animation to match that. So the Phoenix isn't going to, like, revive and we have to fight it again? Okay, that would have been kind of a cool gimmick for a boss here with the Phoenix. But oh well. It's also really dark around here, so... yeah, I gotta search the walls for treasure. And fool's facades, which ideally would lead to more treasure. Alright, so we'll go back out. And hopefully we have enough black orbs. Unfortunately, we're not going to get black orbs in the center ring section. What's this thing? A magic pot. I feel like I should be worried about this. I feel like this is about to go horribly wrong. Based on my experience with magic pot enemies from other Final Fantasies, it's just gonna...
it cannot end us.
It's just going to cast Flare after we attacked it. Now, usually with magic pots, they'll... okay, this is becoming really not good. Okay, we really need to go the other way and get out of here. I'm just looking for treasure real quick. Yeah, let's get out of here. So Magic Pot has always been kind of a tricky enemy to deal with, and I'm doing a very poor job of it right here. But usually what happens in battles with magic pots like this is you attack them and then they just kind of go bonkers and don't really take damage. Like, what's going on here? Oh, it's not weak to dark either. You know what? We need to get through a door or something. Open the door, open the door. No, don't attack the pot. Open the door. Ah, seriously, Bosch. Don't bosh it up. Okay, let's cure, and then let's not go back in there. Because honestly, the reward for beating a magic pot, I doubt it's really going to be worth it, or something that I care to sink time and effort into. So yeah, sometimes like what you gotta do is you gotta throw like an ether or an elixir to magic pot, and then you can start fighting it, or then it does something and you do something else and it does like a happy dance. I don't know, magic pots have been a weird enemy throughout the entire Final Fantasy series. I wonder if I could get death to work on a magic pot. Probably not. Alright, let's death one of these boonies again. Yeah, it still works. Oh, yeah, treasures. Thank you for reminding me, viewers. The treasures I was talking about. So, I did research after recording all this, and yeah, most of the treasures do just have like 1 or 2 gil in them. And there's no like real secret purpose behind having the 1 gil or anything. Maybe just to indicate this is the first floor, first area of the Subterra. So on these darkness pedestals, I want to start just putting in the black orbs one at a time so I don't waste them. Because as it is, I'm running out and having to go get more. Speaking of getting more, there was still this boonie. Oh yeah, our assassin arrows have on-contact KO possibility, so we saw that in action there. That's kind of nice. Set of chaos bombs. Okay, well that's a treasure that's not 1 gil. Chaos bombs are also not something you're going to see me use because I haven't been really using the bomb weapons or explosive weapons. Oh, that's actually really bad if we're gonna get swarmed by enemies. We got into a swarm trap. Here come enemies. Kill that frog. Thank you. Although one thing that would be nice about keeping the disease status on someone that I've noticed or thought of is that that person would always have technically full health when they have the disease status, because the disease, you know, basically adjusts your maximum HP to your current HP. So you would always be in a constant state of getting like this serenity or the adrenaline boost, whatever boost it is that boosts your physical attack when you have full HP. Meanwhile, this is really bad. I don't know if you've noticed this or not. We need to kill something here. That didn't kill it, Bosh. We need to just, like... Well, thank you, Fran. That actually did some work. Of course, as soon as you get rid of some, more arrive. Okay, we gotta go. Endlessly spawning nightmare frogs. And horses. And evil horses. Yep, can't forget those either. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. It's just nightmare frogs. I can't ignore them. But I have to. Because that would be endless. Okay, now we're in an area where we can spend some time and fix some stuff. Alright, let's see if we have enough black orbs for this area already. That's a good sign when it does that first little light up there. Wow. That only took 3. But yeah, another thing I noticed is that if you don't get the first little light... Ooh, Dragon Lich. I think you're new. And you're just going to die to our holy weapons very, very quickly. Casting Death. Well, good thing you missed. Oh, a massive black orb. So that's what you were guarding. 6 black orbs. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I like that addition. So yeah, what was I even saying? Oh, yeah, the black orbs. Yeah, so if it doesn't give you like that first little light up after like the first, 4 or 5 single black orbs in there, then it's probably going to take like well over 14 to 17 black orbs, or maybe even 20 to get the pedestal fully lit. But once the pedestal is fully lit, you never have to put in more black orbs. In fact, the game doesn't even give you the option to do that. So that's kind of a nice way to check on stuff. Watch, don't step on the trap. You're gonna step on the... Get out of here. Run away. They're poisoned, they're sapped. If exiting the door... Why does exiting the door spawn me either right on top of or right next to that? Get through the door. Get through the door, Bosh. Doors don't do this to me. Oh. That's going to be another mess when we go back out there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, at some point I'm also going to start casting Float before stepping outside the door to these areas, because the game seems to just consistently want to spawn us on top of the trap, or right next to it. Yeah, so here, see how that little light is now floating there just after a couple black orbs? So just keep going with one at a time. Yeah, see, that one only took 6. I like that those guys are so easy to take down. Get the black orb. Bosh! Get the black orb. Doesn't take too long and those black orbs will wander off. We got another massive black orb? Oh, that one only had 3. That's practically a rip-off. So yeah, treasures with 1 gil. Don't be too alarmed if you find those. Because it's normal for this area. I feel like I'm missing something, because I hear stuff going on. Oh, there's a whole nother door. I'm just hearing things from a distance. There's going to be boonies in this room. Ah, these aren't boonies. These are... Well, that looks like a high reaver. And a regular reaver. Well, actually, 2 regular reavers. Okay, well, let's use death on the regular reavers. Now, let's just block off this one in the doorway. Yeah, Fran, you got enough time to use another death spell. Please don't kill Bosh. Meanwhile, Necrofiends have spawned. Now, the Necrofiends, the more we continue in this area, the more obnoxious these guys are going to get as far as spawning. In fact, I feel pretty soon that they just kind of spawn in response to the death of anything, and I really don't like that. I mean, not only does it keep us being in an active enemy swarm and dealing with that, but it's also doesn't give us a chance to really breathe or recover from the previous battle. And the issue I have with that, and same with the endlessly spawning enemies in the central area. Oh, another Ring of Renewal. That's nice. Or is that new? That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, it's another Ring of Renewal. That's nice. So the endlessly spawning enemies, it'd be like playing Final Fantasy IV or 5 or 6, defeating all of the enemies, not getting the battle victory music, but then just having more enemies spawn in and the battle continue, without any time in between battles to do healing and recover status and that. You have to keep battling and do your healing during the battle. And it kind of becomes an issue with this particular battle system. Or another example would be like, you defeat half the enemies on the screen, and then 4 more just spawn themselves into the battle. That's kind of crazy to think about it from a perspective of happening in like Final Fantasy IV or 6. Okay, we just get on the elevator. We can fix this all later. Umbra. Okay. So, with those 4 statues, or those 4 things lit, or fully lit, I should say, the Dais of Ascendance will unlock the next lower floor, which in this case is the Umbra floor. Don't waste a remedy. We're going to go to the healing crystal. We wasted the remedy anyways. And we're going to save, because this is still a very dangerous place. Of course it's dangerous. It has endlessly spawning nightmare frogs. There's no way that could create a non-dangerous environment.